How deep are you willing to go? 1 Corinthians chapter 2, starting at verse 7. But we speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom, which God ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of the princes of this world knew. For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit, for the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. Here we have pictures of what they tell you are asteroid or meteor craters. What's one thing that you notice about these craters that are all alike? Let's take a moment to look at it. Did you notice that each one of these craters are straight up and down, as if something came straight up and down and hit directly down to the ground? Every crater is as if something hit from directly above to the ground, if it's a crater. The same goes with this picture also. Every crater is equaled out from the center going outward, meaning that it's equaled as if something hit it directly in the center and spread out evenly. But what's one thing you notice about these asteroids and meteors that they claim are flying through the sky? One thing that I notice is every asteroid, every meteor is coming in at an angle. Not one of these asteroids or meteors, as they're claiming, has come into the atmosphere and came in straight from the sky going down to the ground. Every last one of them has come in on an angle. And if the asteroids or meteors are coming in on an angle, then how is it that every asteroid hit that they show you is an even explosion from the center going out? How? Well, maybe that's because it's time for you to consider that these are not asteroids or meteor craters, but instead they are geysers. Yep, just like this geyser that you see here. The things that you are seeing that they are telling you are asteroid or meteor hits are geysers. But where did the geysers come from? The book of Genesis chapter 7 and verse 11 says, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. I want you to pay attention to the details here. It says the same day were all the fountains of the great deep opened up, and the windows of heaven were opened. There's people that pay attention to the detail about the heavens opening up and water coming down, but people forget that the great deep was broken up as well. And when the great deep was opened up, this is what happened. And water came out of these geysers that they're telling you are asteroid craters. And every last one of these pictures that you're looking at are giant geysers that had water coming out of it in the days of Noah. But just like everything else that they have lied to you about concerning aliens, outer space, round ball earth, solar system, galaxies, universe, they need you to believe this also because it's in the same umbrella of the lies. They need you to believe that these are asteroid hits, so that you get in your mind that, oh, these were hit by something that came from outer space. No. These are things that happen on Earth from underneath when water came from the great deep. And just to put it in your mind, what comes out of a geyser? Hot, boiling water comes out of geysers. So what does that mean about the flood? That means that the water that came out of the geysers in the days of Noah was boiling hot. So not only did they have to deal with the pressure of water coming from the heavens crashing down on them at who knows what kind of power level, you had to deal with the boiling hot water that was coming out of the geysers as well. The flood was terrible. But guess what the Word of God says concerning Jacob's trouble of 7 years? It says in the Word of God that Jacob's trouble is going to be worse than the flood. You better make sure you get raptured and make sure that you believe that Jesus Christ died, was buried, and rose on the third day. Because if you get left behind, there's a time period that's going to be worse than boiling hot water and water crashing down at levels unimaginable. Jacob's trouble is going to be a time period that nobody can ever imagine and never will be able to imagine. Yeah, the deep things of God.